أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربي زدني علما وأجمعين إن شاء الله اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome to LQ Milton, class number 49 inshallah. We'll continue our journey, book 2, lesson number 9, and as we discussed in lesson number 9, we are revising many concepts that we have learned in book 1 and in book 2 so far. At this point of our journey in learning the language of Quran, we should be able to grasp when we hear or recite the verses from Quran, should be able to grasp some understanding or should be able to comprehend upon those ayahs based on the tools that we have in our pocket, right? Alhamdulillah. And we'll continue with our journey. In lesson number 9, we are learning about no new concepts, all the concepts we have learned, but it's just a revision, right? In class number 48, we finished the main lesson. Today we'll do the exercises, but before we move on to the exercises, I wanted to do the last paragraph when Mudarris was saying Haza Sahihun, this is correct, and he was talking about some ayahs from Suratul Araf and Suratul Hadid. Sorry, Suratul Talaq and Suratul Hadid. Faqala fi surati talaq. So he said, Faqala, he said, fi surati talaqi, in suratul talaq. What did he said? Allahu allazi khalaqa sab'a samawatin. What kind of jumla is this? Ismiya, right? Jumla ismiya. What are we looking for? Mubtada khabar, right? Mubtada khabar. Subject and predicate. That's what we are looking for. Where is the mubtada? Allah. Allah is the mubtada. Okay. What is the grammatical value of allazi? Is ismu mawsula. We know that is ismu mawsula. Whenever in Quran allazi comes, allazina comes, allati comes, allati comes, they are coming as ismu mawsula. Okay, remember that. Now, having that as an ismu mawsula, they also have a grammatical value in the sentence. It could play as a, and it's an ism, right? It could play as a role of a naat, it can play as a role of a khabar or a predicate, or it can play as a role of anything that a ism can play. Remember that, okay? But another thing about allazi, whenever allazi comes in Quran or allazina or allati or allati, always it will be followed by silatul mawsul. Because when allazi allazina comes, Ali bhai, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then explain who is he talking about. A definition of allazi, a definition of allazina, or a definition of allati, or a definition of allati. Allati is the plural of allati, which is used for feminine gender. Allazi is for masculine gender. Okay. So whenever allazi come, immediately our mind should come, who are those? Then it be followed by silatul mawsul, which is the definition of allazi or allazina. So remember that. So in this case, allazi is your khabar. Allah is the one. Allah is the one. Who's the one? What about him? Where is silatul mawsul? This entire jumla failure is coming as silatul mawsul. So this jumla is connected to allazi, because this is the silatul mawsul. Allah is saying, who is Allah? Khalaqa, he is the one who created 7 heavens, and we'll analyze this jumla failure later on. But Allah is defining himself as silatul mawsul, allazi khalaqa sab'a samawatin. He is the one who created 7 heavens, and this allazi is what? Khabar for Allah. Get it? So in hindsight, Allah is the one who created 7 heavens. So all the mubtada, khabar and silatul mawsul are interconnected. They are all interconnected. The sentence would not be complete without any of them. So remember that. Khalaqa sab'a samawatin. What kind of jumla is this? A failure, right? Khalaqa. What is the meaning of khalaqa? He created. He created. Past tense. Fi'l madi, right? Is it transitive verb or is it intransitive verb? Is it mutaaddi or ghair mutaaddi? Transitive verb. Transitive verb, right? So when a transitive verb comes, what are we looking for? Maf'ulun bihi. Maf'ulun bihi, right? Now, just taking khalaqa, where is the file? File, where is the file? Mustatir, right? Mustatir, because I don't see any ism which is marfu here, right? Mustatir taqdiruhu huwa. Now remember, yadullu ala allazi, allazi. Okay, and allazi goes to Allah. So Allah is mentioning himself 3 times in this ayah. Allah is mentioning himself 3 times in ayah, not just 1 time. Huwa, Allahu, allazi, and in khalaqa is mustatir huwa. Where is the maf'ulun bihi? Sabah, exactly. And wahuwa and samawatin is your mudafale, right? Mudafale, because sabah will be followed by 7, followed by mudafale. Al-adad al-ma'dud, we know that. Samawatin. Then in Surah Al-Hadid, it's easy for us to understand. Huwa allazi, we know what that means. Khalaqa samawati, he is the one who created heavens, right? Now this is a confusion we had last time, Samad bhai, when we said here we have the tanween and here we have only 1 kasra. Why? Huh? No, it is ji? Yeah, it is jama muannas salim. Yeah, jama muannas salim. Yeah, so wal arda, and what is al arda? Maf'ulun bihi, goes back to as-samawati, fi harf jar, sittati ism majroor, and ayyamin is your mudafale. Mudaf alayh. So technically they both have a same grammatical analysis pretty much, except here Allah is asking himself as huwa, he is the one. Huwa is coming as mubtada, allazi is coming as khabar, khalaqa, he is the one, and then silatul mawsul follows by allazi khalaqa samawati, he is the one who created heavens, wal arda fi sittati ayyam. And then what happens after that in the lesson? Fi hazihi lahzati, and in that moment ranna al jarasu, the bell rang, wa kharaj al mudarrisu, and the mudarris left, min al fasli, from the class, and we also finished our lesson at the same time, right? So we finished that.
It's clear, Samawatin, and this is Sama, Arkat Samawatin. One is the
Okay, all right. Do we see al here? Do we see al here? So remember, when there is an ism, for example, I say kitabun, a book, but when I say the book, from indefinite to definite, then I say al kitabu. Yeah, exactly. It's still marfu, but would not have the tanween anymore. So similarly, since al came, so it will remain have only one kasra. That's why.
Also, like the sab'a is like numbers, and the numbers within the 2 to 10 is like
Mudaf alayh, yes. 3 to 10. 3 to 10, yeah. 1 to 2 is not manut. Yes, 1 to 2 is not manut. Yeah. So exactly. So that's why we have one single kasra. Now let's move on to exercises. Very easy exercises. Okay. Inshallah, we should be able to finish them in today's class. If not, then we'll probably take few moments in the next class to finish them. But let's try and do it. It's page number 63 of lesson number 9. Ajib anil as'ilatil atiyati. Answer the following questions. Kam taliban wajadal mudarrisu fil fasli. What is the meaning? Come comes. Come how many? Now remember, when come comes, there is an ambiguity there, and what do we bring in after come? Tamyiz. Not but tamiz, but tamiz, right? So we bring tamiz, and tamiz, remember, is singular and it is marfu. How many? Now our mind is wondering how many what? Huh? Sorry? Mansub. It will be mansub. How many what? Taliban. How many students? Now it makes sense to me. How many students? Wajadal mudarrisu, the teacher found fil fasli, in the class. How many did he found in the class? Wajadal mudarrisu khamsata ashara taliban. He found 15 students, and this is in the main lesson, right? It is in the main lesson. Wajadal mudarrisu khamsata ashara taliban. Lima. Next one, lima. It is a compound of li plus ma, which means why. And there is another exercise coming explaining lima. Lima zahabat tullabul jududu ilal mudiri. What is the meaning? Why did the new student go to the director? Now, in the main lesson, Ali bhai, in the main lesson, page number 1, they did go because they didn't find their names in the register, if you recall, right? So you can either take the answer directly from the lesson, or you can say zahabu, bu, wow is your file, ilayhi, to him, to whom? To the director, li annahum, because they, li plus anna, Lianna, what is the meaning of lianna? Because. It's a compound. Li plus anna. What is anna? Min, akhawatu, inna. And what are we looking for? Ismu anna. Where is ismu anna here? Li annahum. When I say hum is your ismu anna, mansubun. Li annahum ma wajadu asma'uhum fil qaimati, because they did not find their names in the register, right? And it's in the lesson, right? But we are only changing the damir, that's all. That's all we are doing. Instead of mudiri, we are saying ilahi, who, and then we are saying asma'uhum, their names, and wajadu, where is the file? Waw is the file. Wajadu. Wajada will become wajadu, because we are talking about plurals here. Now, number 3, this is very important, and this is a mistake maybe some people might make. Man khalaqana, man khalaqana. Khalaqana. Khalaqa is your fail. What is the grammatical value of file of na? Sorry, maf'ulun bihi. Maf'ulun bihi. Slight change. If I say khalaqna, then we created. But when I say khalaqana, he created us. He created us. So slight change can make a big difference in the meaning. So here Dr. Sahab is asking us, man khalaqana, who created us, right? Man khalaqana, who created us. Khalaqanallahu, Allah created us. How do we answer that, Ali bhai? Khalaqanallahu, khalaqanallahu, Allah created us. Man khalaqal kamara, who created the moon? Now, the moon is masculine gender, right? So, we say either we say khalaqallahu al kamara, either we can say that, or we can say khalaqahullahu, Allah created it, Allah created it, khalaqahullahu. Where is the file in the sentence khalaqahullahu? Allahu. Allahu is the file, because whenever there is a jumla failure, and in that jumla failure there is an ism which is marfu, without even thinking about it, what we say? We close our eyes, we put our finger on that ism and say this is our file. In a jumla failure, whenever there is an ism which is marfu, it is always your file. So when we say khalaqahullahu, so Allahu is your file. What is the grammatical value of who? Maf'ulun bihi. Remember, damir muttasil, attached pronouns, when they attach themselves to the fail or to the verbs, they become maf'ulun bihi, objects. Allah created what? Who? It goes back to al kamara, and al kamara is masculine, that's why I am using who here. Next one, man khalaqa shamsa. Man khalaqa shamsa, who created the sun? Khalaqahallahu. Now shams is feminine. Khalaqahallahu, ha, I am using ha now, right? Because it's feminine now. Khalaqahallahu. Next one, man khalaqan nujuma. Now why I am saying khalaqa shamsa, khalaqan nujuma, khalaqal kamara? Because ash-shamsa, an-nujuma and al-kamara, they are all maf'ulun bihi, that's why they are mansoob. Man khalaqan nujuma, who created the stars? What should I say? khalaqa ha, khalaqa hallahu. Why? Because kullu jama muannas. Kullu jama muannas, we know that concept, we don't have to go that. Mimma khalaqallahul insana. Mimma, what is the mimma? Mimma again is a compound. Yeah, min plus ma, mimma. From what? From what? Okay, there is an exercise coming. Min plus ma is mimma. From what? Khalaqallahul insana. Allah created the insan. The insan. Khalaqahullahu min teen. Allah created it from teen, clay. Mimma khalaqallahul janna. From what Allah created the jinns. Khalaqahullahu min narin, from nar. And then kam sama'an khalaqallahu. How many heavens Allah created? Khalaqallahu sab'a samawatin. It's right there. Khalaqallahu sab'a samawatin. And then last one is fi kam yawmin khalaqallahu samawati wal arda. In how many days? In how many days Allah created the heavens and the earth? So we know fi Khalibhai sittati ayyamin, right? We know that. So this is easy. This is all in the lesson. Just write down the answer. Next one, exercise number 2. Now this is again from Quran. Ana khairum minhu. I am better than him. Khalaqtani. Khalaqtani. I'm breaking it out. Khalaq, your fail. Ta, fa'il. Ni, mafulun bihi. You created me. Min narin, from fire. Wa khalaqtahu. You created him. Min teen, from clay. Who said that? Man qala haza. That is the question. One qala haza. Who said that? So we say qala haza Iblisu. Iblis said that. Said this. Waliman, to whom he said. Wa liman, to whom? To whom he said. Qala haza. He said this. Lillahi, to Allah. Li harf jar, Allahi ism majroor. Qala haza lillahi. He said this to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the question number 3 is min ayyi surata hazal ayati. In which surah this ayah is? Suratul Araf. Suratul Araf, right? So slowly we learn the concepts of grammar and we start applying them into Quran, and then our pondering upon the ayahs will be enhanced, right, inshallah. Next, exercise number 3 is very easy. All we have to put is a check mark or a cross mark. If the statement is true, we'll say check mark, we'll put the check mark in front of it, and if the statement is wrong, we'll put the cross mark. That's all we're doing Ali by here, okay? And all of these statements are coming from the lesson, Why we're doing it? So that we get into habit of translating it, practicing it, understanding it, whether we learned the lesson or not. Okay. At-tullabul jududu khamsata ashara. Were they 15 new students? There were 15 new students? No, only 5. Right? In the lesson we know there were only 5 new students. So we say cross mark, wrong, right? Number 2, Abdur Rahmani ma fahima ma'ana salasi kalimatin. What is the meaning? Can we translate it? Zafar bhai, can we translate it? Abdur Rahmani ma fahima, he did not understand. Ma'ana, meaning of, salasi, mudaf mudafale, kalimatin, of 3 words. He did not understand the meaning of 3 words. Was it true? Yes, he did not understand the meaning of 3 words. Number 3, Sa'ala Faisalul Mudarrisu. What is the meaning of Sa'ala? Sa'ala is the verb. He asked. He asked, right? Sa'ala Faisalu. Faisalul Mudarrisu. Faisal asked the Mudarris. Ma Jama'us Samai. What is the meaning of, what is the Jama of As-Sama, the heaven? What is the, was it correct? Did he ask that to the teacher? Or was it somebody else? I think it was somebody else who asked this question. It was Hassan. It was Hassan who asked this question. Faisal asked the Jama of Bihar, of the ocean, right? So, this is wrong. Number 4, Katab al Mudarrisu darsa ala saburati. Al Mudarrisu is your file, ad darsa is your mafulun bihi. The teacher wrote the lesson ala saburati, jarun wa majrurun, right? Jar wa majrur on the whiteboard. That is correct. He wrote that lesson. Number 4, ma ma'anal kalimatil atiyati. What is the meaning of these 3 words? Now, these 3 words are the words which were asked by Abdur Rahman, right? These are the 3 words. He asked At-Tini. Now, go back to the lesson. What is the answer teacher gave? What is the meaning of At-Tini? At-Turrabul Mukhtalitu bil Ma'i. At-Turrabu. What is the meaning of Turrabu? Dust, right? B harf jar. At-Turrabul al-Mukhtalati, mixed. B harf jar, al-Ma'i ism majroor with water, and it becomes clay. That is the meaning of At-Tin. So, we write that. Ada. Ada means Raja'a, he returned. Same meaning. Ada, Raja'a, different verbs, but the meaning is the same. Raja'a, he returned. Al-Jaddu. Al-Jaddu, grandfather, right? So, we say Abul Abi, the father of father. And all these 3 words were discussed in the main lesson. This is what was asked to the teacher, and teacher explained that in the lesson. So, it is just a revision. Number 5 is very easy. Aqra al-Misal. Aqra al-Misal, read the example. Okay. Summa, then, Akmil, complete. Akmil, it is fi'l amr. Okay. But we will inshallah in lesson number 10 we will learn about fi'lu amrin. Ali bhai, we will learn about fi'lu amrin in lesson number 10. We have been waiting for it. Summa, then, Akmil, complete. Ma yali alal gharab, just the like of it. Now, what is the example? Asimatu Sodani. Asimatu. What is the meaning of Asimatu? Exactly, capital of Sudan. Al Khurtumu is Al Khurtum. Asimatul Iraqi, Al Baghdadu. Asimatul Mamlakatil Arabiyati Saudiyati, Ar Riyadu. Asimatul Yamani, As Sana'u. Asimatu Misra, Al Qahira too. So, this is very easy. Number 6. Oh, number 6. Fi'lu ta'ajjub, verb of wonder, right? Fi'lu ta'ajjub, verb of wonder. What is the pattern here? Af'ala, that is the pattern here, right? And fi'lu ta'ajjub usually comes with ma, right? Ma. For example, if I say hazar rajulu tawilun, hazar rajulu tawilun, this man is tall, but when I say how tall is this man in a wonder, then I would convert tawilun into atwalu on a pattern of afalu, sorry, it's not afala, afalu, my mistake, my part, afalu. Oh, sorry, it is afala, sorry, it is afala, yeah, atwala, yeah, tawilun atwala, you're right, yeah, afala, you're right. That is mutafdil. That is mutafdil. Af'ala, right? Hazar rajalu tawilun. This man is tall. But when I say how tall is this man, so I would say ma atwala hazar rajulu. How tall is this man? That's all we are learning here about fi'lu ta'ajjub, the verb of wonder. Now, something that we need to know about fi'lu ta'ajjub or a verb of wonder, it has only one form. Zafar bhai, you cannot conjugate it like we do other verbs, and there is no mudare and there is no amar. Just like haza, this is mabni. Just like haza, this is mabni. So, Dr. Saab is asking us, Iqra'ul mimsilati, read the examples. Summa maktub, and then write al jumla al atiyati mustamalin, and using the fi'lu ta'ajjub as an example. So, hazar rajalu tawilun, we say ma atwala hazar rajulu, how tall is this man, how tall is this man. Hazal baitu kabirun, kabirun will become akbaru, sorry, akbara, ma akbara, ma akbara hazal baita. Haza sayyaratu jamilatun, haza sayyaratu jamilatun, this car is beautiful. Ma ajmala hazihi sayyarata. Now, wanted to let's take example number 1 again. Okay, there is a slight change in the ending of ar-rajulu. The example is hazar rajalu tawilun, this man is tall. But when we say ma atwala hazar rajala, why rajalu become rajala? That is the question. No, it's mafulun bihi. Well, haza technically is the mafulun bihi, but then ar-rajala is the badal because of Allah. How tall what? Exactly this haza become your mafulun bihi, but ar-rajala becomes the badal. Ar-rajala becomes the badal. So haza rajalu tawilun, this man is tall, that's a jumla ismiya. When say ma atwala, now atwala is fi'lu ta'ajjub, is a verb. How tall what? I need a mafulun bihi, right, an object here. So haza is your object, get it? Haza is your object, and then ar-rajala is the badal. Now what is the badal? Substitute, right? We already learned about substitute, and haza is your is mabni, is mansub, that's why ar-rajala is mansub too. Hazal baitu kabirun, ma akbara hazal baita, how big is this house? Hazihi sayyaratu jamilatun, hazihi sayyaratu jamilatun, this car is beautiful. Ma ajmala hazihi sayyarata, how beautiful is this car? Now we do the exercise. Hazal ma'u baridun. Ji.
Can we in English, can we just translate it like exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, yes. Exclamation, we put exclamation mark in the end.
Right.
Yes, exactly. When we translate into English, or even in here, we can put the exclamation mark in the end of it. Hazal ma'u baridun, ma abrada hazal ma'a, an-nujumu jamilatun, the stars are beautiful, ma ajmalal nujuma, hazal qalamu rakhisun, ma arkhasa hazal qalama. I'll just go through it. Al-lughatul arabiyatu sahlatun, ma ashala al-lughatul arabiyatu al-lughatul arabiyata, ma ashala al-lughatul arabiyata, mansub because it is mafulun bihi. An-nujumu kasiratun, ma aksaru an-nujuma, aksarun najuma. Al-labnu hasnun, ma ahsana al-labana, hazihi sayyaratu sariyatun, ma asra'a hazihi sayyara. So, the fe'lu ta'ajjub is already given in the bracket. All we have to do is change or use the fe'lu ta'ajjub in the bracket in the sentence, and then make the predicate into maf'ulun bihi. Al qamaru jamilun, ma ajmal al qamara. Ali bhai clear hai? Ma ajmal ma ajmal al qamara. Hazal qamisu wasikhun, ma awsakha hazal qamisa. Hazal faslu nazifun, ma anzafa hazal fasla. So, look at the example. To do this exercise, look at the 3 example that's given in the beginning of the exercise. Look how it is presented there, and then use the same pattern and try to solve the other sentences, right. The fe'lu ta'ajjub is already given in the bracket, and that will be our practice. Number 7, Ta'mal amsilatu, ponder upon the examples. Summa, then aqral kalimatil atiyati waktubha ma'a dabti awakhira, and then read the words, following words, write them with proper vowel signs. Muhammadun, we are on exercise number 7. Exercise number 7. Muhammadun, very simple, right. When I say ya comes, would it be ya Muhammadun, ya Muhammadu? Muhammadu. Remember, when ya comes, Rasulun, ya Rasulu, the tanween will go away, because now why this change? Because now we are addressing Rasul, or we are addressing Muhammad in this case in a second person. We are saying somebody who is in front of us, O Muhammad, or whoever we want to say, O Rasul, for example, right. Hamidun, ya Hamidu. Ustazun, ya Ustazu. Ukhtu Hamidin, Ukhtu Hamidin. What is the meaning of Ukhtu Hamidin? Sister of Hamid. Now, the previous examples, there was only one ism. Here, Ukhtu Hamidin, sister of Hamid. What is the grammatical value of Ukhtu? Mudaf. Bring ya. What will happen? Ya Ukhta. Ya Ukhta Hamidin. Right? Abu Bakrin, father of Bakr, ya Aba Bakrin. So, this is the concept we learned in the lesson, that when ya comes and it is followed by a mudaf, that mudaf will get the fatah. It will be mansub. It will be mansub. Ukhtu Hamidin, sister of Hamid, ya Ukhta Hamidin, O sister of Hamid. Now, remove Hamid from this sentence. Ukhtu become Ukhtun. Why? Ukhtu become Ukhtun. Why? Because it is not playing a role of mudaf here. So, it will become ukhtun and then bring ya here, ya ukhtu, ya ukhtu, then it will become ya ukhtu, right. So, this is something we are learning here. Abdullahi, servant of Allah, bring ya here, ya Abdullah, ya Abdullah. Now, somebody in the last class mentioned that in Middle East they do not say Abu Bakrin or they do not say Abdullah, they say Abdullah or they say Aba Bakrin. They are saying it without knowing that technically there is a ya there which is mazuf. There is a ya there which is mazuf, which is being dropped, but it is dropped, but it left its mark there. When I say Rabbana, Zalamna, Anfusana, wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna min al khasirin. What is this Rabbana? What's being mahzuf here? Now we know. If ya is not there, it should be Rabbuna. It should be Rabbuna. Now we learn. But we are saying Rabbana, which means ya was there, but it got dropped, but before dropping it left its mark, because Rabbu is the mudaf and Rabbu becomes Rabba. So, the dua that we are saying is not in a third person anymore, it is in second person, because you only use harfu nida ya when there is somebody who is in front of us. So, this impacts the entire dua. The taste of this entire dua is now changed, just because we know a very small rule that Rabbana basically has a ya before which was dropped, but from our knowledge we know it is there. Okay, now we have to put the proper vowel signs. Aliyun, when I say ya, I bring in ya, what happens? It will be ya Ali, you. Ya Abbasu, ya Rajalu, ya Bintu, ya Shaykhu, ya Maryamu, and then ya Abdullahi, because now we are dealing in compounds here, mudaf, mudaf alayh. Ya Abdullahi, ya Binta Khalidin, O daughter of Khalid, ya Saika Sayyarati. What is the meaning of Saika? Driver. Saika Sayyari, driver of the car. Ya Umma Sa'adin, O mother of Saad. Ya Abdur Rahmani, ya Rabbal Kaabati, ya Imamil Masjidi, Yabna Imama, Imamal, ya Imamal Masjidi, Yabna Abbasin, and Abu Bakrin, ya Aba Bakrin. It's very simple, it's easy. Number 8, Ta'ammal amsilati, ponder upon the example. Summa, then ayyan, specify, fima yali, in what follows. Jama muannas salim, identify the Jama muannas salim, wadbit akhirihi, and put the proper vowel sign at the end of it. What do we know about Jama muannas salim? When they become maf'ulun bihi, yeah, I will have the kasra there, right. So, let's take a look at it. Ra'aytu sayyaratun, ra'aytu sayyaratan, ra'aytu sayyaratan, I saw a car. Ra'aytu sayyaratan. Where is the fail here? Ra'a. Ra'a. Where is the file here? Tu. Ra'aytu, I saw. Is it indefinite? Is it transitive? Yes, it is transitive. Do I need a maf'ulun bihi? Yes, and maf'ulun bihis are mansub. So, sayyaratan, I saw a car. Now change this sayyaratan into jama, plural. Ra'aitu, I saw. Now I didn't saw one car, now I saw many cars, more than two. Ra'aitu sayyaratin. But my mind knows that sayyaratin is mansub, just like here. It is mansub. But since this is Jama Muannas Salim, so it has a kasra in it, and there is no grammar magic to it. It is just a spelling rule. There is no grammatical magic to it.
Because I mean, one thing is about the Jama Muannas Salim is the ending is alif and tha, so that becomes like when there is
That could be the exactly.
whenever there is
Atan. Then it might create. I think this is a good point, Samad bhai, because there is an alif before the ta. So if we put the kasra there, then it can be confused. So that's why there is a kasra there. So this is more phonetics, right? It's easy on tongue to say it. So spelling rule or phonetics basically. Now sa'altil mudiratu talibata. Sa'altil mudiratu talibata. The female director asked the students. Sa'altil mudiratu talibati. Right? Sa'alti, sa'alat is your verb, al mudiratu is your file, at talibati is your maf'ulun bihi. But since this is Jama Muannas Salim, then we will see a kasra there, but we know this is maf'ulun bihi. Qara'atul mujallata, I read the magazine. Qara'atul mujallati, I read the magazine. Now remember, all the verbs here that are used are transitive in nature, mutaddi. Why? Because we need maf'ulun bihi. We are learning about Jama Muannas Salim. Jazakallah. Jama Muannas Salim, using as or used as maf'ulun bihi. Khalaqa shamsa, khalaqallahu, khalaqallahu shamsa. Khalaqa is your verb, Allahu is your file. Ash-shamsa, Allah created the sun, wal qamara, the moon, wal nujuma, the stars, wal bihara, the oceans, wal arda, the earth, was samawati, and heavens. That's all we are learning here. As-samawati is Jama Muannas Salim, but it is coming as a maf'ulun bihi here. This is the beautiful sentence. It explains everything, like how Ash-Shamsa, Al-Qamara, Al-Nujuma, Al-Bihara and Al-Arda, they are not Jama Muannas Salim. So, they are coming in their original mansub form. But As-Samawati is Jama Muannas Salim, will have a kasra. Sa'al al-abu ablul abna'a wal banati. Sa'ala al-abu, the father asked, al-abna'a, the sons, wal banati, and the daughters. Right? So you see how al-abna'a, al-banati, abna'a will get the fatah and abanati will get the kasra, but both of them are maf'ulun bihis. Maf'ulun bihis. Katabtu, I wrote, hazihil kalimati, right? I wrote what? Hazihi, this, and al kalimati is coming as a badal. Do we know the concept of badal? The substitute? Good. Number 4. Ra'itul atibba'u. Ra'itul atibba'a. I saw the doctors. Wat tabibati. Ghasal al waladu as-sayyara ta. What is the meaning of? The boy washed what? As-sayyarata, the car. Now this is a singular, that's why we are saying as-sayyarata. Let's convert it into plural in this sentence. Ghasal al-waladu as-sayyarati, right? As-sayyarati, maf'ulun bihi. Number 6. Ghasal al-waladu, oh, next one is same. Next one we tried to throw a curveball, but Dr. Sahab already did that. Ghasal al-waladu as-sayyarati. Number 7. Akhasta riyalati ya bunayya. Did you find, do you have a riyalati, the riyals, oh my dear son? Ya bunayya. Bunayya comes in the Quran, right? When in Surah Luqman, when Luqman alayhi salam addressed to his son as bunayya. It's a very respectful and very loving way of addressing your child, your son. Number 8. Sa'ala Bilalun zumala'ahu. Sa'ala Bilalun. What is the grammatical value of Bilalun? File. Bilal asked, Sa'ala Bilalun. Bilal asked whom? Zumala'a, his colleagues. Who is his colleagues? Number 9. Sa'alat Zainabu zamilatiha. Sa'alat Zainabu zamilatiha. Zainab asked her friends or her colleagues. Yeah, colleagues. Number 10. Qara'tu, I read what? Al kutuba, the books. Was suhufa, wal majallati, because it is Jama' Muannas Salim, right? Because it is Jama' Muannas Salim. So all we have to remind ourselves in these sentences to identify Jama' Muannas Salim, and if they are coming as maf'ulun bihi, we should be able to, how many minutes? I think we have 8-9 more minutes, 5 more minutes left. Okay. Yeah, I thought we would finish it, but we have only one page left, but that's okay. We'll finish at exercise number 10, and we'll quickly finish the rest of the exercise in the next class, inshallah. Number 10. Number 11. Ra'itu, I saw. Ikhwata Hamidin. See, old books, they don't have the, you don't have it, but this is beautiful. I don't have them either. So it prompts my mind to put the proper vowel signs, and that's the best way of learning. New books have the, and that's okay, new books have the vowel signs there, but old books don't have them. So it prompts your mind, what should I be using? Ra'itu, I saw. Ikhwata, brothers. Hamidin, brothers of Hamid. Wa akhwatihi, and his sisters, Number 12. Qara'na, we read. Hazihi sufahati, we read these pages. Number 9. Number 9 is a concept, is more like a spelling rule, no grammatical magic to it. Whenever there is Hamzatul Wasl, the Hamza of assimilation, and before that there is Hamzatul Istifham, then it will change into A. That's all we are doing here. I think it's in the It's in the book as well. Yeah,
They
yeah. It's in the book as well. Yeah, I'll just write it down. This is Hamzatu Istifham, the particle of interrogation, right? And when it is followed by al, and this is Hamzatul Wasal, particle of assimilation, when this joins al, it will become al. That's all it is. It's a spelling rule. No grammatical magic to it. Okay, that's all Dr. Saab is teaching us. So when we are reading Quran and this kind of situation comes in, we know that Hamzatu Istifham is there. It is a question. It is a question. So let's do it. Al Biharu Jam'ul Bahari. Oceans is the plural of ocean. Now, if I want to ask a question, is oceans Jama of I'll say Al Biharu. Al Biharu Jamul Bahari is the oceans is Jama of or the plural of ocean. So Al Biharu, when I bring in Hamzatul Istifham, it will become Al Biharu. Ali bhai, it become Al Biharu. Number 1, we'll quickly do that. Al Ana Kharashta. He left just now. Now I want to change it into a question mark. Bring Hamzatul Istifham in front of Al Ana. Al Ana Kharashta. Al Yawma Raja Abuka min Damishq. Bring Hamzatul Istifham. Al Yawma. Al Yawma. Al Yawma. Al Mudarrisu Maridun. The teacher is sick. Bring Hamzatul Istifham in front of Al Mudarris. Al Mudarrisu Maridun. Al Mudiru Qala Hakaza. Bring Hamzatul Istifham. Al Mudiru Qala Hakaza. At Talibul Jadidu Kasara Hazal Kursi You Kursiya. Bring Kursiya. Bring Hamzatul Istifham. At Talibu. At Talibul Jadidu. So this is all we are learning here. Haza Talibu Darabaka. Bring Hamzatul Istifham here. Ahaza. You see, that's how it's tricking us because there is no Hamzatul Wasal after that. There is no Hamzatul Wasal after that. So we say Ahaza. Ahaza. Ahaza Talibu Darabaka. Did this student hit you? Ji? Okay, I think we have 1 hour. Yeah. So inshallah we'll start from exercise number 10. Okay, here is let's do this. We have the entire week. Go back and try to spend some time on these exercises. Okay. Any questions, bring them back in the next class. Right, Ali bhai? And we'll try to answer those questions and then we'll learn from it and then we move on to lesson number 10 inshallah in the next class. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. La yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha laha ma kasabat wa alayha maktasabat. Rabbana la tu'akhizna in nasina aw akhtana. Rabbana wala tahmil alayna isran kama hamaltahu ala allazina min qablina. Rabbana wala tuhammilna ma la taqata lana bih wa'fu anna waghfir lana warhamna anta maulana fansurna alal qawmil kafirin. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.